Hey, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory due unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. That's all praises who the world calls God in Jesus Christ. The true names in the Hebrew is Yahweh for the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai for his beloved Son. I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful lake, and brothers out there preaching this word in truth and sincerity. This is the brother Tazabah, Lord Well, with another video, a little epistle to edify. And this one is going to be titled When the Lord Raises from His Throne. Because you got to understand, man, people get the Lord twisted. People get it confused, and they don't give Him the reverence that He deserves. And that word reverence goes back to fear. They don't give Him that righteous fear that He should have, man. When the scriptures tell you, terrible is the Lord in His doings to men. So when the Lord gets off His throne, it's a serious matter. It's a very serious matter. And we're coming to the days where the Lord is about to get off the throne, man. You got to understand that. You have to understand that. And if you don't understand it, that's fine. But like the scriptures say in the book of Ezra, the same must learn after death by pain. So I'm going to get into these scriptures. This is Proverbs 20:2. It says, the fear of a king is as a roaring lion, and whoso provoketh him to anger sinneth against his soul. That's why the scriptures tell you the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinners from the kingdom. So the people that do not take the Lord serious and they walk about in their same matters, hey man, you're sinning against your soul, man. It says that the fear of a king is as a roaring lion. When you see a roaring lion in the way, full grown, mane, the size of them, the power that they have, that the Lord's blessed them with, those teeth, that's how the fear of the Lord is, man. He's out for kill. When you get the Lord off the throne, and I'm going to move through these precepts, man, and I don't want to talk too much, trying to do a little better, bringing out more precepts than speaking too much. But when the Lord gets up to do His thing, man, it's not joking time, and we're coming to a time where all shit playing is off the fucking table, man. It's Isaiah 42:13. It says, Yahweh shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. And the Lord has enemies. You're talking about the Lord, the King of Kings. And who are the enemies of the Lord? Anybody who goes against His order. Anybody that goes against the order. And all these nations have been going against the order of the Lord. Look how they did His people. His nation, the ones that He marked His name. And He's about to go against the enemy. It says, I have long hold my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I would destroy and devour at once. That's how the Lord's coming, man. Like a travailing woman. He said he's gonna cry like a travailing woman, man. That's the deepest mourn of pain and anguish, man. The Lord is tired, man. He's tired of all the bullshit that people have done on this planet, man. When he created the world, He created it to be enjoyed. And you have the heathen that took suit after the so-called white man and just destroyed His creation and His people. And He held His peace all this time. It says, I will make waste mountains and hills. Let's talk about governments, and let's talk about large governments and small governments. And it's literally talking about mountains and hills as well, man, because it says all the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and that's because the Spirit of the Lord is about to get down, man, and dry up all their herbs, and I will make the rivers islands, and I will dry up the pools. You see? this is what's gonna happen. The Lord is about to start getting down, man. And people really think it's a game. People think, and especially the so-called white man, thinks that he'll escape the judgment of the Lord, and he thinks that he can do whatever he wants. And all the heathen really, man, think like this. Now this is Psalms 2:1. It says, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?" Because they think they're doing good. They think that the next rulership is going to be their nations. They think everything's going to go on, and they're just going to prosper, and the Israelites will be down in a distraught position forever. No, man, that's a vain thing. It says the kings of the earth set themselves. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and against His anointed, saying, "Let us break their bands asunder, and cast away their cords. He that sitteth in heaven shall laugh. Yahweh shall have them in derision. Then shall He speak unto them in His wrath, and vex them in His sore displeasure." And that's how the Lord's about to get down, man. He's about to start vexing them in His sore displeasure, man. And this is what it's gonna be like when a king gets off a throne, man. And this world has lost the spirit to understand that, but that's why the Lord's coming to bring that remembrance back, man. What was He known to the heathen before? Alashadja, great and terrible demon-like power. He's gonna come in that same glory, and He's gonna do great and terrible things, man. It says 2 Ezra 8:20. It says, "Yahweh, thou that dwellest in everlasting, which beholdest the heaven, which beholdest from above things in heaven and in the air, whose throne is inestimable, whose glory may not be comprehended, behold, before whom the host of angels stand with trembling." You talking about angels that are able to destroy the earth, that move as lightning and have great power, tremble before the Lord? It says, whose service is conversing in the wind and fire, and whose word is true, saying constant, whose commandment is strong, and ordinance fearful, whose look dry up the depths. This is just talking about how He looked. Will dry up the depths, will dry up the seas. His indignation maketh mountains to melt away. This this is the Lord, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And He's about to make sure everybody knows again, man. Soon. This is what the prophets are waiting for, man. For the Lord to get busy. Because the scriptures say, let me see if I can grab it real quick. I know it's in the book of Psalms. I gotta get this precept. Bear with me, please. Psalms 119, there it is. Psalms 119 and 126. It says, "It is time for thee, Yahweh, to work, for they have made void thy law." You see? And you know what? I'm gonna take a moment here to look up that word for work right there. Because the prophets has been praying for this, man. We've been looking at the unjust shit that goes on so frequently here. And man, I'm fucking tired of it, man. And I know other brothers out there are too, man. I'm tired of the constant disrespect we get. I'm tired of the constant uh, uh, backbiting and shit talking people give us. And all we're doing is bringing out the words. And I'm tired of people treating the word of the Lord like it's a fucking option, man. The word is not a fucking option. The scriptures tell you to keep the law of the Lord is the whole duty of man. Look at that. It says to act with effect, to produce, to attend, to put in order. You see? This is what the Lord's coming to do, man. That's why the prophets pray for this, man. So back in 2 Ezra 8 and 23, whose look dried up the depths, his indignation maketh the mountains to melt away with the truth witnesseth. Will hear the prayer of thy servant and give ear to the petition of thy creature. You know, and this is what we want, man. I want the Lord to get down like he did in the ancient world, man, and set things in order, man. You know, this is man. This kingdom is vexing, man. Fucking children are out of order. Women are out of order. You know. 2 Ezra 6 and 19, man, and the Lord is going to set everything back in order. And he's going to do it when he gets off his throne. But you people aren't going to understand it until it happens, man. 2 Ezra 16 and 9. It says, a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? Yahweh shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. And this is what the Lord's gonna do, man. This is when the Lord gets off his throne, man. And it's gonna happen soon. Real soon, man. It's a Habakkuk. Habakkuk 3. You gotta imagine this, man. It said his look dried up the depths. Angels trembled before him. Because they understand how the Lord gets down, man. You know? He's been putting out hits since the beginning of time, man. Who do you think wrote the order for Cain to kill Abel? Just so he could put his seed line into hell. This is the Lord, man. Who bound the waters in his fist. Who spread his garment as the curtains of heaven. This is the Lord, man. And when he gets off his throne, hey, that's it. It's Habakkuk 3 and verse 8. Was the Most High was Yahweh Bashim Shai? Was Yahweh displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea, that thou didst ride upon thine horses, and thy chariots of salvation? Thy bow was made quite naked, according to thy oaths of the tribes, even thy word, Salah. Thou didst cleave the earth with waters. The mountains saw thee, and they trembled. You see, this is what the Lord looks like when he gets off when he gets off the throne. The mountains. That's figuratively and physically. Figuratively meaning the mountains are talking about these large governments, and literally because at the coming of the Lord, man, like the scriptures say, there are going to be earthquakes before the great and notable day of the Lord, man. This is what happens when the Lord steps out. It says, the mountains saw thee, and they trembled. The overflowing of the water passed by. The deep uttered his voice and lifted up his hand on high. The sun and the moon stood still in their habitation. At the light of thine arrows they went, and at the shining of thy glittering spear. Thou didst march through the land in indignation, and thou didst thresh the heathen in anger. This is how the Lord is coming, man. So wise up, man, and take heed and attaining to the fear of the Lord, man. So, Lord, well, this is edifying. I want to say, call hello, yeah, by Shemi Ashai, by Shemar Kakadash, double honors to others and apostles of great millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect. Hey, shalom.